that's probably included, this one or this one, I don't know. So I was thinking about to do the same, so you can put it by the mail. So like, and you can have it inside a car. You can have it in a back seat, of course. So that's box steel, 25 2 millimeters. But the sleepers, they're using plastic, solid recycled plastic. But I think I will use wood. But I'm not going to copy, I'm just going to make it my own. I have it so you can put everything apart. I think this is welded, you cannot take this off. They have welded this, you cannot, but my tracks you can put it with some bolts. I will do it so you can take everything apart. No, it looks like they're welding. You cannot take this off. But I will make it with bolts, so you can take everything apart. So this is how they are connected. This one is sliding into there and one is sliding into there. Then they lock it like this one. And that's just some square steel, so that's actually could be simple, and that's 7 and a quarter. That's 18.4 millimeters. You have to do it, so that will not be so hard to make. So that's 18.4 centimeters. So that's actually not so big. Yes, that's 0. That's 18.5. So that's something like yes, that's something like here. That's actually not so wide. And but that's inside the tracks, and 7.5 gauge is 6.6 millimeters more. So you have to do it like the inside of the tracks. That's 45 millimeters. I made 15 videos last night in Danish to like 4 a.m. in the morning, 3 or 4 a.m. No, I think I did stop like 2 a.m. in the night, and a little bit after 2 a.m. in the night, and then I did continue uploading to like 4 a.m. in the morning and put it public. And I was talking about that. In my language Danish, I will try to build these tracks, but I will start to do the straight lines. Yes, that's 7.5 gauges, but you can build it same. You can build 7.25 gauges tracks. And then you can build 5, so you got like 2 tracks in one. You could build, this is a 5 gauges, and this is 7.25. You can build it like that too, of course. But I think I will not do that, because that will cost a lot more, and if you need a 5 gauge, you can make it even smaller. If you need tracks for 5 gauge, you don't need to buy 7.25. So, but you can make both, of course. You can make 7.25 and 5, and then you can make 7.25 and 5. This one. So actually, that will not be very difficult. and you have to steal. This could be so, but I have to look at that, how to do this. But you can see on the Steam Workshop, you can see that actually they have the, like this train. This is a 2.5 gauges. This is scale G. This locomotive is scale G. It's not standing on any, but that can cost like that's 3,000 American dollars. But that's very nice. So that's one I like to get, something like this. So even so, it's not like this. It's just smaller. It will get much more cheaper. It's not like this, because this one is costing the same, like 3.5 gauges. That's like 3,000 American dollars. You can find some that's 2 gauges they're using, and I've not seen many. So, but this 3.5 gauges. So you can see they're using just this metal square box steels as tracks. But I think this 3.5 gauges, that's too small. So look at that, they're just using box steel. You can pull a full-size human, but it looks a little bit weird. You look driving this 3.5 gauges on a racer tracks, and then you got like a sledge you're sitting behind. It looks a little bit weird. So I better like 5 or 7. So this costs like, okay, that's 4,200. That's a lot of much. That's like $6,000. Cost a lot of money. So that's 3.5 gauges. Then you got 5 gauges, like a nice one there. And they're just using this box tracks. So that's 7,500 English pound. That's like, yes, $7,000. $7,000, and I have a low pension, so that's a lot of money. But I saw this maxi tracks. Actually, this locomotive, that's super cheap. That's only cost like $2,000, 2,000 English pound, or like a little bit more than 2,000. That's 50 kilos. That's 7.25 gauges. That's actually very nice and cheap, this locomotive. If you just need to get started, to have something, you can get a real engine. You could have 2.8 horsepower Honda petrol engine. That can pull 16 adults on petrol. But they got some second hands, all kind of second hands. Like this is 5 gauges, but that's like $5,000. That's weight is 50 kilos. But I think you can find something on eBay. I think you're making the best deals on the eBay, on the American eBay or United Kingdom eBay, England. But you cannot shipping this by mail, could weigh a lot of kilos. That's a nice locomotive. 5 inch, they can pull adults, many adults. and but that's very heavy. That's many kilos. That's long like me, 170 centimeters. I'm 178, so this train is long like me. If I'm laying it down there, it's same length. But this one is the 5 gauge is big enough. You can sit on top of that. But it's not like this if you're driving a 5 gauge and not 7. The locomotive is much cheaper, because 5 gauge can be super cheap and super expensive. That's like $1,200. Restoration, somebody did buy it. And that's kind of display tracks. I could build some display tracks and try sell it. Oh, look at that, that's a nice track. I will buy that, that's really nice. You could have a freight wagon or locomotive you're using as display track, but that's not box steel, that's real tracks. That's not just some square box steel cheap they're using, but they're using some kind of finer woods, dark wood with, I think they glue it, some kind of stone, they glue it by glue. If you do like this, all the stones, of course, they're not falling off, so I think they have put kind of transparent glue something. But that's actually not so expensive, that's like $250. So they have all kind of stuff here. That a small steam engine model. That's like $2,500. That's on the maxi track. That's okay. That's not 325 pounds. That was cheap, but that's 3,200 pounds. That's like $3,500. That's a 1 inch. That's a super small one. But that's like $3,500. I cannot buy that because I have a low pension. I cannot buy stuff like that for fun. This is even smaller, that's half an inch. Half an inch model. I will see how small it is. That's half an inch. But I'm looking for steam locomotives. Only 375 pounds, that's $400. Mammoth tank. That's cheap. That's $400. The saddle tank logo follows from a success. 1.5 kilos. Why it's so cheap? Only $400. It not says what gauge it is. Boiler. It not tell, but that's very cheap. That's only 400 American dollars. I don't know what track size it is. Could be scale G. Could be scale G. Maybe it's not working. But if this locomotive is working, $400, that's actually very cheap. So they have some good offers on this maxi track. On second-hand stuff, they have all kind of weird stuff, like old Stewart steam engine Stuart Turner S500mm engine. Only 300 pounds, that's like 350 American dollars, so that's actually not so bad, but probably it's very old, probably not working. No, that's a part of engine like here. This is an old Vilesco D20. That's the engine part, but the steam engine is like two parts. It has the boiler parts, the boiler and the heating part of the engine. Then you got the steam in a steam pipe on kind of steam valve. Then you have the engine part there with the cylinder, and I think that's the pistons. So you can connect all kind of boilers to there. If you have another kind of boiler, you can just add it below here. The steam is below here. You can add it to the valves. Now my chimney did fall off, so I'm thinking about, this is a half a liter boiler, but this is super old, this is 50 years old. This is a smaller one, D16, this is 15 years old. I did buy it from an older male collectors. I think he had it from he was young in the 1970s. That's from like in 1970s when I was age 10 in 1976. So that's actually from when I was a child, as a boy, age 10. So that's the engine parts. So this engine there, you could add a boiler. This kind of engine, you can add the steam boiler, the steam from the boiler, anything you like. You just need to connect the tubes. No, I don't know where the steam getting in. Maybe it's getting in there, but and you can use air pressure. You can have a compressor with air pressure blowing air, but this is look kind of old. I think you will need a lot of oil. This old one. But if you collect the old steam engine, that's not expensive. That's $350. Like this is 500. No, that's a lot more. That's 3,500 pounds. That's like $4,000. I did not see that. That's kind of boiler. Could be brass or copper. That's really nice. That's where you put maybe coal into there and the boiler. But that's $4,000. That's not cheap. That's expensive. But that's because it's somebody built it by hands long time ago. And the boiler is a kind of advanced kind of boiler. But I think a boiler to, if you have to replace the boiler it could cost a lot of money, many $1,000s. If you need to have a new boiler in a locomotive like this. This is a 5 gauges. It would cost a lot of money. But the 5 gauges there, that's big enough to pull few adders. And then you got the bigger 7.25. But they're very nice. That's the 5, but that cost a lot of money because it's somebody built it by hand a long time ago, and they did it in low numbers. Somebody made all this by hand, and not many. This is why it's so expensive, because everything is made in hand, in metal. And that could last, yes, 100 years, could last 50 years. So that's 16,000 70,000 pounds. That's close to $20,000. So that's $20,000. So that's not like, because it's only 5 gauge, the locomotive